All right, darling. All right, darling. Happy day 74. Happy day 74. Mama just got home and we're going to dive right into this. Lord, today I'm going to stay on topic. I know I am finding new ways to discover myself every single day. When you're really putting it out there, you have stories for every day. You're going to have a story for today. You're going to have a story for tomorrow. If you're doing the same thing, no problem. You just ain't gonna have that many stories. That's okay. It's nothing against you. It's nothing against you. But over here on this side, we we're willing to look at everything. We're willing to unlayer everything, uncover everything of why we do what we do. Remember, this is an identity experiment. I just happen to be doing it through fasting and extended fast. You may do it on a retreat. You may do it by trying therapy for the first time. You may do it by rekindling your relationship with your family. You may do it by going to yoga. For me specifically, we are doing the identity spirit. We're really seeing what we're made of biologically and spiritually and mentally, all of that. So if you're new here, which I gotta, this started off as a 40-day cleanse, and I was being monitored by a specialist. I had a group coaching from people all over the world, people of different ages, ethnicities, background. We all committed to doing 40 days. Boom, hit the 40 days. I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. Started getting lighter. As you can see on day 33 and other, I share what actually comes out of me if you're not squeamish. Yeah. So I am a recovering bingy. I'm a recovering junkie. I'm a recovering food addict. And I think it's really important to understand what is actually your cravings, what they actually mean, and what they can relate to. Because you think if you haven't gone through this self discovery um, journey, you think all those thoughts, you think all those inklings, you think all that compulsiveness, you think that's all you. So you get angry with yourself, and you feel shame, then you feel guilt, then you feel regret. And it's just like a cyclical thing that's keeping you in the same pattern. Because when you feel like that, you're more prone to eat, you're more prone to binge when you have those emotions going through you. That could be, darling, that could be a hookworm that's been in your brain for the last decade telling you, hey, yeah, I need sugar in order for me to lay all these eggs. So I'm going to make you think that you need sugar, and it feels like you. It actually feels like you. And then once you're done, you're like, I don't feel any better. Your problems are still there. Your emotions are still there. Everything is still there. So if it was you, the solution would have made you feel better, right? That's what we're here to figure out. So for today's topic, we're going to talk about why these cravings are often emotions your body is trying to process. And yes, my girls are here making a guest experience because, baby girl, I'm going down a half a cup size every 30 days. So I'm going to let them play for as long as I have them, as long as they're in attendance with me. I'm going to let them play. So thank you. Thank you for coming. And let's just really just figure this out so we can get to our next level, our next evolution, our next cycle and season of life. Aren't you tired of doing the same thing, getting the same results? Are you just ready to radically change everything? Well, it starts with facing probably some of your biggest demons. And they leave clues. Your cravings are clues to what your body is trying to tell you. But you've ignored it, you've numbed it, you've doped it out, you've pimped it out for so long that you are not even sure how to articulate, how your body articulates. Your body knows before your brain knows. In yesterday's video, I touched upon like I just had this compulsivity, just this compulsion to stretch these last few days, just stretch, stretch, stretch. And I kind of figure out why I needed to stretch so much because my next phase just got enlightened to me. When you are disciplined, not even disciplined, when you're just obedient to the first thing that you've already done, the first thing I was told is you need to fast. Going through that, there are points where I'm looking around like, okay, so how long am I supposed to do this? There's I got still got stuff coming out of me. I still I'm having reactions like I got a huge rash on my hand. Um, I still haven't tapped into my full mental capacity in my mind. Um, So yeah, I thought I was like, whoa, I thought I was gonna be done in the 40 days, but my body's just like my body will tell me when it's done, when it's ready. And that's typically physically when you have nothing but like a little rapid gerbil poo or your body just knows. So wait for it to tell it, you know? So one of the things I've noticed during this journey is that my cravings are rarely about food. Very often, these cravings are the body trying to process emotions. And once you start fasting, you don't just lose waist, you don't just lose pounds. So yeah, that's a byproduct of fasting. You also have to burn through all that stuff. You also have to actually metabolize all that stuff that your body's been storing, those toxins, those items that you can readily digest, that's been stored in pockets in your colon, that's been stored in your fat, that's been stored in your brain, causing all all sorts of inflammation. There's so much foreign entities in your body that it starts to attack itself, which is basically autoimmune diseases. And if you had an autoimmune diagnosis, that just basically means the doctors don't know what to do anymore. Your body's attacking your body. I had been going through menopause at 27, perimenopause, and onset like rheumatoid arthritis. I went from being a college athlete, active majority of my life, to barely being able to go up my stairs. You can hear like, darling, that's not the pine wood cracking, that's your joints. At 27. Wow. And 27 is when it actually became unbearable. The signs have always been there. So we need to backtrack and figure out like, okay, stress, environment, food choices, that all adds to the equation. So mainly we're going to talk about stress. I'm actually in a private group with one of my dream mentors that I'm once again betting everything on to I'm betting on myself. It's a very hefty investment, and a normal person would be like, there's no way. That's your problem. You're trying to exhaust yourself with finding out how, instead of saying, I'm doing this, come hell or high water. And I trust that resources are going to come. I'm certain that this is all going to work out for me. I'm certain this is going to be for my highest good. Perfect. Consider it done. Wonderful. Now we could talk about the symptoms that have been just having a tether on not only our soul, but our life force, our energy, our mental capacity. Imagine if you didn't think about food all the time, then thinking about the shame that that food caused because you just can't control yourself. You feel like you can't control yourself. You know you don't want that bonbon, but something is telling you if you don't have that bonbon, you're going to die. You're not going to make it tomorrow. So the brain science behind cravings, emotion, and appetite share overlapping brain circuitry. So the key brain systems involved are the amygdala, which is your emotional processing, your hypothalamus, which is your hunger and your body regulation, your dopamine and reward pathways, which is your motivation, your pleasure, the lust of food, the pursuit of food. Your body is registering that like you're actually accomplishing something. You getting to the Wendy's drive-through and having the money to pay for it and giving your order. Oh my gosh, I did something on my list. You feel progressive, which actually the opposite is happening. When emotions rise, stress, sadness, boredom, the brain searches for quick regulation. I know you've heard of oh my gosh, just instant gratification. So quick regulation, instant gratification, self-medication, it's all in this genre right here. When emotion rises, you're stressed, you're sad, you're depressed, you're bored. The brain is going to search for ways to get you out of that. Like, girl, we gotta keep the community going. We need you full fledged. We need you, and you don't have a purpose, and you're not striving for anything. Everything's kind of on cruise control. So it looks all right, but you still feel unfulfilled. You still feel depressed. Still feel sad because you're actually want to be pursuing and advancing the human race, yet you have just paralyzed yourself with all that mashed potatoes, all that gravy, all them turkey breasts, all those ciabattas, all of that. When your brain is trying to give you energy to achieve something, you think it's just hunger. You think, oh, it must. Let me think of something quick. And food is the easiest, quickest drug there is. What are you talking about? Any other drug, you have to have at least one consistent connect. Okay? People are fickle, you know? You look at your dealer the wrong way and that's probably done. Or he got caught or whatever. McDonald's ain't never gonna be incarcerated. Jack in the Box ain't never gonna switch up on you. Okay? Pizza Hut at your service, okay? You know where to find on 8th and MLK driveway. You know they don't move. They always are there. They'll always get your order. They'll always get your text. That is one of the most consistent relationships that you got. I, I'm just talking. I'm I'm just talking. I ain't pointing fingers. I'm just talking. Food is one of the fastest regulators because it can release dopamine. It releases serotonin, which is your happy drug. And serotonin is the first thing that parasites eat. They actually feed off your serotonin. So that's why look it up. Every full moon, your parasites, your worms, the ooey gooey things inside of you that have collected in you for God knows how long, they come out during the full moon. And people want to talk about how astrology is not. Oh my gosh, I was supposed to call my best friend. Nia, I love you. I just got home. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. All right, nope, get back in the zone. Get back in the zone. I had a dope Uber driver today. I was going from one car to another. And I just loved his temperament. I just loved his just chillness. He had his own company. He was doing Uber on the side. And I was, as I'm dating, men really do self actualize through their career. Because I noticed just the mindset and just the conversation of people who feel stuck in what they're doing and people who are striving, as uncomfortable as it is. And he was the perfect person to talk about the job offers that I've been talking about. One of them, which is like exciting and scary at the same time, but I'm like, is this why I've been prepping for my nervous system? Is this why I've been prepping my connection with God so I can take this company to the next level? Possibilities are just endless. Anywho, we're gonna get back to this, and life happens every day when you're going outside of your comfort zone. He was just amazing. So like on Uber, you can act like you not don't act, don't do this. But I wanted to, he I'm learning how people's gestures are receptive or if this is just I'm providing a service and that's it. He completely turned around, kept eye contact. He was a Latino man, On society scale, he probably would have been like a 5 or 6, but just his composure, just him talking about his company, how I was talking about like I got an offer for something that's really solid. And then I also got an offer for something that makes my heart flutter. My other two offers have way more security than building a business with two women that I respect and just I know how much responsibility it takes. And he owns his own company and he just got a contract with the VA. And he's like, I do everything. I do my website, I do everything. So I said, like, you can do on Uber, you can say you forgot your keys to get in contact with the driver. Don't do that. But I just wanted to keep in contact with him. It kind of got rushed towards the end because I was looking for the car. I didn't know how it was through Turo. So they just tell me where it's parked, like the make and model. So it was a parking lot. So I was kind of rushing, like, okay, I got to look for this car. But that's the type of person I just want to keep in contact. He regulated my nervous system. He felt safe. He felt calm. And I wanted to ask him, like, if he ever needed any part-time work, like I would be he's a one-man show. And he just got a contract with the VA for like 600 homes. And I'm like, oh, dang, you probably need help so you can be the visionary. And that's what I want with this other job I got offered with these two women that my heart is fluttering. I'm like, I need to come in and arrange these operations so you can be the visionary and to continue to expand. But there's no insurance, there's no 401k matching, there's a set hours of guaranteed pay that I will get paid whether I work or not. So that's wonderful. But I'm like, girl, you're going to be in this kind of hypervigilance for like maybe 6 to 12 more months. Then again, something could pop off. But yeah, we're going to get back to it. Woo, talk about faith. You think you got faith. How many times have you been in positions where your faith muscle has to be flexed? Can you still predict everything that's about to happen in your day? Then you're not pushing hard enough, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Then you're not asking enough questions. You're not exploring enough. My second payment for my coaching container comes out tomorrow. And I'm like, I would have been a little comfortable. I would have been comfortable for a couple more weeks, but back on the grind. And then I got a job, and I got a quick little contract work for this week for one of the grocery stores out here. I'm like, oh, perfect. There you go, right there. Just breaking even. So I know the stigma of not feeling like you can progress when you're still in like a perceived survival mode. But let me be testament to you. Let me be testament. I got rent today. I got 15 more days of rent that I've already paid for. I got a car. My dog has food. I got juice. We're good for today. That's all I need to worry about. God is assigned, has the just pleasure of figuring out the rest of the stuff. Okay, stay in the present. So yeah, I was being a little creeper today. So I hope he calls me back. I don't know what kind of messages get sent, but I said like, oh, I forgot my keys in my truck. And when I driven Uber, I would tell them like, oh no, your keys aren't in here or not, whatever. He just seems like a good contact to have. Anyway, going back to it. So food is one of the fastest regulators because it releases dopamine. It releases serotonin, your happy drug, and it calms your stress response because biologically, anthropologically, when we have food, we feel safe. When we have community, we feel safe. Sometimes the craving isn't for food. You're looking for relief, sweetheart. You're looking to take that edge off. You don't smoke cigarettes, so you might as well have a smoked brisket, you know? You don't, and sometimes you do. Maybe you're gonna do all of the above. You've seen everybody in Walmart. You've seen everybody at the airport. Like Instagram's a fantasy. You see how the Western society is really looking. Come on now. Come on now. Everybody's indulging. Because everybody's stressed out. We don't know how to we don't know how to eliminate chronic stress. We just try to white knuckle it, and I'm just not there for that anymore. I just don't want to do that anymore. So the brain learns that stress leads to eating, leads to relief. How can we take that middle section out of what can we put fill in the blank here where stress equals I do this, which equals I get relief. So there's different flavors of cravings and typically what they often signal. So again, this is common emotional patterns. There's always going to be the exception to the rule. This is not an absolute, but typically, like spiritually, I've heard this many times, like sweet cravings are like you want sugar, you want chocolate, you want that cheesecake, you want cupcakes, you want, I have cravings for something sweet. It's often linked to sadness. You're depleted emotionally. You haven't had a good cry, probably. You're just repressing emotion. You're suppressing emotion. You're lonely and you need comfort. Hence how comfort food came into tech. You need comfort. Sweet food increases serotonin, your happy drug, which can temporarily improve the mood. Of course, your brain is like, well, this has been quite effective. Let's keep on getting cold stones. Sweetness often shows up when the heart feels empty. I am governed by my heart as a Leo, astrologically. We are loyal to a fault sometimes, to our own detriment. So, can you only imagine what has been compounded, what has been built up? I've shared my story about me finding out I was the product of an affair, just feeling betrayal, just nobody to rely on, no safety net, just criticized constantly because I was happy or I was too much or not thinking, girl, you're just in the wrong environment. How can you explain that to a child? That turns into rage in adolescence. But if you're perceived a certain way, you won't let that part of you be released. Nobody's taught you like Kundalini activations. Nobody's taught you how to actually express yourself. So you feel guilty when out of every year and a half, you have one little outburst and you just, the cycle of shame goes, or you can no longer speak to that person because you've just been stuffing it with Cheetos and saying it's whatever, it's okay, I'm good, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're salty, which brings us to our salty cravings. Salty cravings are usually associated with high amounts of stress, overwhelm, your brain just won't turn off, you are fatigued, you have burnout. Stress activates cortisol and can increase the desire for salty foods. Salt and vinegar. That's why I know when I'm craving like salt and vinegar chips, which my mom used to cook them up. I understand why now. I understand why. I never liked salt and vinegar chips probably until like maybe 2 years ago. And it was just random. Maybe like once a season, I would really crave some salt. I'm like, oh, but you salty. You salty about something. Salt cravings often show up when the nervous system is overloaded. You don't know how to ask for help. You haven't outsourced this stuff. You think it's all on you. You think it's all on you. I'm gonna get you with this next one. Now, if you're having carbohydrate craving, you want that pasta, you want that bread, you want that patata, you want that guys, you want them sweet rolls, you want them Texas rolls. That typically correlates to anxiety. This hyperactive, just you got tension. You want to be soothed, but you just don't know how. You just haven't been taught how. So you making that gesture of, the mastication, the saliva, you're letting your frustration out on your jaw. That's why your jaw's so fucking tight. Because you just need some. Carbs can feel like emotional sedation for the brain. That's why you crave it. That's why you got the itis after. That's why you need to sit down and take a nap. That's why when you leave that restaurant table, you can't even put the seatbelt on. That feels like restraint. You are willing to risk your safety by having a hit of carbohydrates. I understand. I understand. I understand. We're here to just talk about it, darling. When you're craving, I was looking at a video of a brisket today. I was like, how did this get up on here? Same. When you'll create craving like fatty, heavy foods, like dense, rich foods, pastas with a ton of sauce, pizza that just have unlimited toppings, a rump roast, a Thanksgiving. You can eat a Thanksgiving dinner for breakfast and not blink twice. This typically is associated with you need to be grounded. Like your body is trying to tell you, get closer to the earth. You need to get. It's a response of emotional instability. You're too high in your head. You're way past anxiety. You just feel like you're just so unsafe. You feel like an untethered balloon. You have nothing anchoring you. High fat foods are dense and comforting. They make your stomach large. They create a sense of stability. You feel like, whoo, like you sink into the bed. You sink into your seat. Your body's like, no, we need to exchange electronic ions with the ground. Get your ass in some grass. Make sure ain't no dog's poop there. Please keep it clean. No, you just need to go in the ocean. You just need to lay on the grass for a little bit. That's one of my favorite. I do that probably. I actually haven't done it in a couple days. And it's about to be 70 this week in Idaho in March, which is wild. Our weather's been wild. I'm here for it. All hail the fire horse, okay? Because he burned everything. So sometimes the body craves weight, something to anchor, something solid when life feels unstable. When you don't know where you're going to get your paycheck from, when you don't know how your relationship's going to play out, you don't know if you're going to get into college, your boyfriend's stressing you out, your girlfriend's stressing you out, you don't know if you guys are going to make it. It's funny how that home cooked meal just sedates everything, isn't it? Last one is if you're craving crunchy. This is what Lay's potato chips is betting on for you, sweetheart, and your parasites and your worms and everything that's eating this before you even get nutrients. I mean, of course, there's no nutrients in these ultra processed foods, but it's nutrients for your parasites because they're going to use that to breathe. So when you're craving crunchy or like stimulating food, it's typically because you're bored. You need In-N-Out fries. You need some chips. You need some pretzels, some salted pretzels, peanut butter pretzels. You need, oh my gosh, you just need that crunch. You're frustrated. You're suppressing your anger. That crunch that you need, in my mind, I always thought like that's you that needing to talk about something, but instead you're just gonna chew on something. Crunching and chewing can physically release tension. That's why people can't clench their jaw. That's a really, really, really prominent sign that you have parasites too. You clench your jaw or you wake up and you drooled. Yeah. Look it up. Look it up. I have to do this information. I have to know this stuff because my ego is way too fragile for me to just come up here and just talk about off my ass, you know? I know these videos are going to be up forever. So as I'm learning, I'm sharing these things with you. And what a testament to keep learning and keep having new information. Yes, some things might be outdated. Like I just learned that the blood type diet was a complete spoof. I'm like, whoa. I was preaching about the blood type diet. It was all spoof. Yeah, it got debunked. I'm like, okay. All right. So we got to go a level deeper. No problem. No problem. No problem. So with this, the important distinction is basically not every craving is emotional. Mind you, I said in the beginning, there's always an exception to the rule. This is not all encompassing, but you get hella clues from this, okay? I haven't said hella in years. Wow, that California coming out. Sometimes your body just genuinely needs like energy, nutrition, hydration, minerals, vitamins. Um, it needs that reassurance that we still have access to resources. But the main difference with like emotional cravings is like it's compulsive. It's sudden. It's specific. It's urgent. I need it. I need it right now. I need it right now. I know the difference between like, oh, I should probably get some juice soon, to like, oh my God, I need to be slapped with some Korean short ribs right now in my face, disrespected, disrespected. It's basically what you're doing, but that's all right. Hunger builds gradually. Compulsions, cravings, they're they're sporadic, they're urgent, they feel like dire circumstances. So basically, what we're here to do is just translate the craving. Instead of asking, ooh, what's on the menu today? What food do I want today? Ooh, what's gonna make me roar? Ask, Breezy, what emotion is asking for attention? What have I been overlooking by grinding? What have I been overlooking by, you know, really utilizing every hour of my day? Sweetheart, what do you, and I look to myself like as a child. That's why I tell you, you should probably put a picture of yourself as a child on your wallpaper so you can ask her, honey, sweetheart, what do you need? What can I provide for you? Oh, you just want to sit in the sun in the grass? Wonderful. Okay. I thought I needed a bucket of KFC. Oh, okay. That actually will feel really good. You know? That will feel really good. What emotion is asking for attention? Do you need to rest? Do you need to be comforted? Do you need to talk to a friend? Do you need to be stimulated? Do you need to feel like you're striving for something? Do you need to play a game on your phone? Connection, reassurance. Especially doing challenging tasks like a extended fence, you need to reassure like this is for my greatest good. This is for my greatest good. I've never done anything like this, but this is for my greatest good. I just know. I just know. I just know. I just know. Like I know. Like I know. Like I know. It's for my greatest good. Cravings are sometimes, a lot of the times, majority of the times, the language your body uses when your emotions don't have words. You haven't learned how to interpret it yet. So I want you to hear this clearly and really digest this. No pun intended. The goal isn't to shame your cravings or be mad that you crave or that this was soothing for you at one point in time. The goal is to understand what your body is trying to communicate. When you learn that language, cravings become so much less controlling and actually more informative. It's less compulsion, it's more data. Sometimes the craving is just a feeling waiting to be felt, not to be put on your shelf again, not to be told to do it later, not to be told to, it doesn't matter, or I'm silly for thinking this, or I was probably in the wrong, or that person was responsible. It's feel what you need to feel so we can progress and evolve. Cravings are often emotions looking for an exit. They're trying to be processed and out. Our body takes in, we process, and we expel. That's why you have a bum. That's why you have exit routes. That's why you sweat. That's why you defecate. That's why you urinate. We take in, we process, we metabolize, and then we release, sweetheart. Stop holding on to that stuff. It manifests in weight. It manifests in inflammation. It manifests in a hardened heart. It manifests in resentment. It manifests in shame. It's just not worth it no more. How's that going for you? How's it gone for your family? How's it gone for your lineage? I guess you're the one to change it. You can't unsee certain things. I'm in too deep. I was like, fudge. I am in too deep to act like I've never seen this, to act like I've never known this, read this, whatever. I'm in too deep. So my job is just to embody what I'm talking about and facilitate the information so it can get to you. And then you can come up with your own conclusions. Your cravings are trying to tell you something. Please, just for a season, just be open to learning and open to understanding. Your body will trust you with a lot more. And I feel like God would trust you with a lot more if you had that. God already trusts you. We just get in the way. Get your mind right. We need you in 2026 and beyond. All right. I love you so much. That is all. We got to get some sleep. We got to be up at 3:30 tomorrow. My contract starts at 5. I walk rush for an hour in the morning and then I head out. Thankfully, I already had some pre-made juices. Woo, woo, woo. Or else I would have been getting up even earlier. So I love you so much. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. We got this. We need you. We need your words exactly how you live them. We need your way of thinking. We need your way of doing. We need your way of understanding. You don't know who you're going to touch. Just like that Uber man who I decided to stop. They had a really nice truck too. I felt so comfortable. All right. I love you so much. And I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah? Now you be good out there, okay? I love you. Good night.